Unbelievable!
I told you.
My gosh, what's he going to be like when he's full grown?
Bingo! Bingo! Bingo!
Hey, hidden in the post-game of the Bardock DLC lies a quiet little side quest, one that almost slipped right past me. It's easy to miss, buried beneath all the chaos and the emotion of Bardock's story, but tucked away here is something truly special. A glimpse into the early days of the Prince of all Saiyans. I'll be honest, I had no idea this mission even existed. It wasn't until I stumbled across a clip of young Vegeta squaring off against Kui that I realized I missed something important. And if there's one thing I promised myself through the entire retrospective, is that I'm going to uncover everything that DragonBallZKakarot has to offer. Every hidden story, every quiet moment, every untold piece of character history. So I went back, and to my surprise, we actually get to play as the kid himself. To my knowledge, this is the first time outside of Dokkan in Dragon Ball Heroes that we get to play as Kid Vegeta. His design here draws from his Z special appearance, a smaller frame, sharper eyes, bangs, and the same regal arrogance simmering beneath the surface. Before we dive into the mission, I want to take a second to reflect on how many versions of Kid Vegeta we've seen across the series, from flashbacks in Z and the expanded backstories across the manga, movie, and specials. But for me, this might just be my favorite version. Maybe it's nostalgia talking, but something about this design feels right. Here we see Vegeta in his prime youth, training alone in a small chamber, annihilating Saibamen by the dozen without even breaking a sweat. The sheer ease of it all serves as a reminder, even as a child this was a warrior far beyond the limits of most grown fighters. Now think about it, a single Saibaman was strong enough to take down Yamcha and comparable to Raditz, who gave both Goku and Piccolo some serious trouble. Yet this child is treating them like target practice. It really puts in perspective how colossal Vegeta's power was even from the start, and how deeply his pride must have been shattered the moment he was defeated by Earth's heroes.
Those are the best Saibamen we have! Better get some new ones then. That was child's play for Prince Vegeta. What a terrifying child.
I'm done here. Hurry and open the gate.
Yes, sir.
Now after leaving behind his one-sided training session, Vegeta is approached by Kui, a familiar face boasting with false confidence. He claims that these two are rivals, bragging that their powers are almost evenly matched. But honestly, I'm not so sure why Kui should be so proud of that. If a child was already at my level, I'd see that as a wake-up call, not a reason to celebrate. Kui challenges Vegeta to a match to prove who's superior, and as you'd expect, it's a massacre. Vegeta utterly humiliates him, dismantling the creature with ease and laying the foundation for a rivalry for years to come that would only exist in Kui's imagination. There's something strangely satisfying about watching this dynamic unfold, knowing how their story ends down the line, and how poetic it is that this is where it all began. While revisiting this moment, I also noticed something interesting. Kid Vegeta is voiced by the same actor who voices Midoriya from My Hero Academia. It's a fun bit of trivia, especially when you compare it to how Vegeta sounds in Daima. It's a strange tonal shift, but one that works surprisingly well for his younger version of the prince. After the fight, Vegeta doesn't waste time. He sees potential in Kui, but not as a rival, more as a tool, something he can use to push himself even further. It's that ruthless mindset, even as a boy, that really defines who Vegeta is. Everything's a stepping stone to strength. Before departing with Nappa to their next conquest, Vegeta decides to stop by Frieza's base. On the surface, it's an act of loyalty, playing the corporate card, the young prince reporting to his superior, but beneath that you can feel the quiet rebellion already forming. Even as a child, Vegeta knows Frieza stands in the way of his destiny. He just isn't strong enough to do anything about it.
There's no need. Just head to the target planet.
I don't mind, Zaba.
Sorry, Lord.
Vegeta, I trust you'll do me proud.
I will, thank you.
There's no need to thank me.
What did Lord Frieza say?
He said he trusts us to do him proud.
Do him proud, huh? Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem for me and you.
He still has the upper hand, but not for long.
When they arrive on the next planet, Vegeta immediately separates from Nappa. Coldly, he remarks that if Nappa dies here, it simply means he wasn't worthy to stand beside him. It's harsh, but fitting. This is Vegeta's worldview in its rawest form. Strength defines worth. What follows is a massive horde-style battle, and it's a long one, but it makes sense. This is the only chance we get to play as Kid Vegeta, so they make sure it counts. Together, he and Nappa wipe out a planet's entire population in a storm of blasts and destructions in just a couple of hours.
Nappa, status report.
Oh, alright. I'm still fighting, but I've wiped out about 80% of them.
Got it. Give them hell to their bitter end. I'm almost done here.
You got it.
Now die.
It's brutal, clinical, and deeply haunting when you stop to think about a child doing this without hesitation. When the dust settles, they contact Frieza forces to report their success, but instead of praise, they're met with the grim message of a meteor striking planet Vegeta, wiping out their home world and vanishing everyone on it in an instant. Of course, we know the truth. Frieza's the one responsible, but in his manipulation, there's a twisted logic. He didn't want to lose the prince or his remaining Saiyan soldiers. Keeping Vegeta alive as an asset was more useful than killing him. Still, Vegeta doesn't mourn, he doesn't flinch, his gaze is already fixed far beyond the stars. All he asks for is Frieza to send him to stronger worlds, tougher enemies, anything to fuel his rise in power. And that's what makes this story so chilling. The idea that a child, someone barely old enough to understand what mercy is, can descend on a planet and erase all life in mere hours. Kind of similar to Brightburn, but on a cosmic scale. It reminds you just how terrifying Saiyans really were. Not heroes, not villains, just weapons molded by war. Vegeta doesn't know what lies ahead. The rivals, the battles, the growth. He doesn't yet know that one day he'll meet a low-class Saiyan named Kakarot who will forever change the course of his life. The quest is quiet, but powerful addition to this Bardock DLC, one that deepens the theme of the Saiyan militarism and destiny. And being the first time we played as Kid Vegeta, it feels like a fitting tribute to a legacy of the prince. What do you all think? What do you want to see more of young Vegeta in future content? Or does this serve as a perfect send-off for this chapter of his story? I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are about this below. Till next time, peace.
The true reason for Planet Vegeta's destruction would remain unknown for some time. Though Vegeta had his own unvoiced suspicions, he would continue to seek more power and commit himself to a life of fighting. Eventually, his path would come to odds with two others. Frieza, the evil tyrant, and Kakarot, the low-class warrior raised on Earth.